I think the roles that have always kept me interested in therapeutics go way back to my house jobs. I was remarkably working for a surgeon who was evidence-based, and I was shocked almost in my first week when he got very cross that I'd prescribed antibiotics for a post-operative chest infection, because he said the evidence is that physiotherapy is enough. And so for the rest of those 6 months, patients got physiotherapy and not antibiotics. I've always had a sort of therapeutic bent. And so I was delighted in 2011 when the opportunity came to be editor-in-chief. We're celebrating 60 years of DTB this year. And if you think back to 1962, when it was first developed by Andrew Herxheimer, there was nothing like it. Even the Medicines Act was still going to be 2 years hence from then. So there was no regulation of medicines, and it was completely alone in its ability to communicate to doctors about drugs and how they should be used. But actually, if you come forward today, what we now have is this vision of the life sciences working with the MHRA and NICE and with the NHS to develop this single commercialization, if you like, of therapeutics and drugs. And what we need more than anything now is an independent voice that's independent from all this and can say, actually, this is the information that you need to know as a doctor, and we need the DTB to hold people to account. And that's why it's more relevant now, perhaps, than it was even 60 years ago. DTB today is more than just a print journal. Obviously, we have an online presence now, and that is updated regularly. We also have podcasts that we run each month which reflect that month's journal content. Our content itself has expanded. We have case reports now. We pick out ones which have got particular therapeutic learning from them, and often actually the therapeutic learning is not to do with perhaps the title of the piece, but actually some other underlying elements within it which are really useful for people to know. We do DTB Select, which looks at the big studies that have been published and actually looks at them with an unbiased, independent eye. Well, what does this study really show, and how does it change my practice? So very useful for busy clinicians who haven't got time to read the big journals. In addition, more recently we've introduced DTB forum articles which allow people to give an opinion and which we hope will create a certain amount of discussion. As in the past, but even more so now, there's a complete conflict of interest moratorium. You really have to be free of any conflict of interest if you want to write for the DTB. And we're very lucky to be part of BMJ Publishing, because that gives us enormous clout in the sense of we have all the resources behind us, but at the same time we really are able to run very independently but actually be part of the BMJ Publishing organisation.